Hello, welcome. I'm going to show you how to use OpenAI APIs to build your own custom GPT-3 application, kind of like ChatGPT, that's what it's built on. Let's get into it, shall we? So what I'm going to build is an application called Buddha Says, which allows you to put in a prompt right here and generate a response from the Buddha himself. So here, I've typed in you can't see it anymore. That's not what I typed in. But I typed in, what should I do with my life? That's what it was, right? So, and then I got this response. Focus on the present moment, be mindful, blah, blah, blah. Okay, very eloquent response. And if I do that again, it'll give me a different response. So to start, you're going to go to OpenAI's API website, and they kind of walk you through it. So I just kind of, I went here and I just let it walk me through it. So the first step is going to be to engineer your prompt, right? Because if you're basically doing a custom prompt is basically what a custom ChatGPT application is going to be. You're going to use a custom prompt in order to point the model to answer in a certain way, right? So here's my prompt. Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, is giving advice to one of his followers. The year is 400 BCE. Follower, I cannot focus on things I know I should be doing. So this is the input from our user. So we're going to set this as the input from our user, and then we're going to get a response from Siddhartha, the Buddha. So I'm going to build this using a Node.js application. So first step, I'm going to clone their Git repository they gave me. There you go. And look at that, they gave me everything else I need to do. So I'm going to, well, actually, I'm not going to switch into it. I'm actually going to open this in VS Code. So that's OpenAI Quick Start Node. Okay, and now I've got my VS Code project, if it ever loads. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay. And now I don't need to navigate into that repository because I'm already in it, but I do need to copy the environment, the .env file that they've told me to do. So we'll do that. All right, and now I have this .env file right here, and I'm going to copy my secret key. And then I'm going to run npm install, and npm run dev, and now start us up a local server where we can see what we got. Okay, so we've got to name my pet. Answer an animal, generate names. If you look at index.js, and then we have generate.js, and this is all on a Next.js project, by the way. If you're familiar with that framework, you're going to want to be a little familiar with that framework if you aren't. So what we have here is we have a form where the user inputs some text, and that value is the animal input. And whenever they input that, we set our animal input target value. And when we set our animal input, that is going to trigger this function, which is going API fetch, API generate. So then we're going to go here, and we have a bunch of stuff, and we can see our prompt right here. Suggest 3 names for an animal that is a superhero, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's see how that works. So if I enter an animal, let's say fish. Actually, a fish technically, no, a fish is an animal, yeah. Okay, Aquaman, Fishman, the Blue Streak. Okay, what about seagull? My least favorite animal. I don't know why I'm Gulliver, the amazing seagull. Not great. Not great names, but whatever. What we are going to do is I'm going to take my prompt that I got here. I'm going to copy that. And as you can see right here, this is where the user input is in their prompt, right? Capitalized animal. I'm not sure where they capitalized it. I find that weird. I'm just going to get rid of that because I have no idea why they did that. So I'm just going to get rid of capitalized animal. Well, I'm going to get rid of their entire prompt, right? And then we are going to put in our prompt. And then right here, I'm going to take out that and I'm going to put for the user input, which will be animal. And I've saved that. So now, if I go here, and I say, what is your name? My name is Siddhartha Gautama. So there we go. That easy, really. It's that easy. And now I can kind of customize this, right? So, you know, the first thing I already know, because if I say, right, what is the meaning of life? Right, you'll notice these answers are all really short, right? What is your story? This should be long, right? When I was young, oh look, it just drops off right there. So what we are going to do is we are going to add a max tokens attribute, and tokens are it's a certain number of characters or data that the OpenAI is using, and it's just their way of measuring how much data they're using and how much data you're using in order to charge you and keep track of, you know, how much people are using their product. So, you know, max tokens right now is probably like 50 or something. And I believe the maximum you can get is, it's somewhere around 25. Oh, there we go. So 2048 tokens, roughly 1500 words is your max. So, and our prompt probably has 100 words. So let's just say 1500 tokens. Well, let's put it 1,000 because I don't want to use up all my credits. So if I save that, and now let me ask, well, wrong one. That's our original one. What is your story? Oh, I accidentally did a few there, but there we go. So we have this long, you know, pretty awesome thing. So another thing is this is currently using TextDaVinci 2, so I can change that to 3, and that will be the most modern example of it. So if I do that again, okay, it didn't have any thing in it. What do I do with my life? Cool. And, you know, that's kind of it. I mean, you know, and what I did here was I styled it, right? I added this nice picture in the background and, you know, nice emblem. And obviously another really important thing is we don't want this to be animal, right? We don't want this to be animal. I think I named these prompt in my other project, right? So I just named these. So that's really the only next steps is just to style it how you want, and then to change this from animal if you want your code to be readable. And you're done. And obviously you can mess around with these parameters. You know, there's some other one, like we've got temperature at 0.6 right now. So if I put temperature point one, that's going to give me a more random answer. So I could, if I say, what should I do with my life again? Oh gosh, I keep using my original project. It looks so much nicer. What should I do with my life? Right. Okay, so yeah, not immediately obvious that the temperature is different, but if I run this again, we're going to get very different answers. And the lower that temperature gets, the more those answers are going to vary, and maybe the more off topic they might risk being. And so that's it. Style it how you want to, make whatever prompt you want to, and you got your own custom ChatGPT application. Not ChatGPT, GPT-3. ChatGPT runs on GPT-3. So yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.